Hey everybody, Chad Brockman here from MHOR Raceway. I'm almost done building that TLR 22 5.0 SR kit. I am to the tires and wheels. So I have the wheels here that come in the kit. I need to buy some tires. We're going to use Electron front tires, an MC compound made by Proline, and also some Proline positron rear and MC compound. So a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need some glue, like this medium set MHOR Raceway glue here. I'd recommend some kind of straw or tube for the end of it to make things working a little easier. I'll show you how it works. You might need a push pin, and I'll show you why later. Of course, you're going to need a hole punch. And then you're going to need something to clean with, like Simple Green that I have here. And you're going to need a rag. So that should be everything you need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first things first, let's get these out of here. Always a good idea to keep these bags so you can put your tires in them. They stay fresh. They don't get rotted out after a while. All right, let's start with the rear first. I'm actually going to take the inserts out of these. And if you notice on the Proline rear tires, they actually are directional. So you want to make sure whenever you punch the hole on the inside that you get the hole on the right side. So I want to make sure I took them out and make sure they're on the right side. This right here will be the inside facing up. We're going to put about an 1/8 inch hole in here. It's a little bit smaller. Let's see. Let me move my thing around here. About an 1/8 inch hole. We're going to put 2 holes in the sidewall on opposite sides of each other. Pop them out of there. The reason why you put holes in the tire itself, one, with having closed cell foams like these, the air doesn't get through them as quickly. So by putting it on the side, it allows air that gets trapped between the foam and the top to actually have a place to escape. Some rims have holes in them like this here. Well, sometimes this will trap. It can't get through there from here into here. So this right here just gives it a place to escape. Do it on both sides here. Just like that there. So you have holes in each side, and tires are done the right way. So those will be inside. On the front tires, these electrons, they are not directional. So you can punch them on either side. Doesn't matter. I usually punch on the side that has the purple dot on it. That signifies an MC compound. There we go. 2 holes. So be very careful on these, because even though sometimes the purple is on the inside, sometimes the purple is on the outside, same side. So don't rely on that purple dot, because then you'll end up gluing them back, gluing one of the pairs backwards. Okay, now we'll put the foams back in. Now you can cut these foams if you want. There's a lot of people that cut them. For this project here, I'm just going to put them in stock. If you want the tire to sit a little flatter, if you cut out these ribs out of here flat, your tire will sit flatter. If you leave these in, the tire will sit a little bit more round. A lot of people cut holes in them. The nice thing about the holes do allow air to get through them. So the side hole isn't as necessary. And it allows air to get around it a little bit quicker. Also makes the foam a little bit softer. Get them all in there. They sit all nicely. Molded foams are so much nicer than the old days of having to cut foams a lot, stuff like that. All right, so we got them there. Next thing we need to do is clean them. Simple Green, usually I recommend, works probably the best. This is just Simple Green in a sprayer. And what you're going to do is you're going to clean the bead. Make sure the bead's clean. Some tires, some tire companies, you see a white powder on it, that's a release agent. You're going to make sure you get that all cleaned off as well as possible. These Proline tires are actually pretty good. They're actually pretty clean, so I don't have to really scrub at them. There's my rears. Front. All right, and also depending on how old your rims are, if they've been out a lot, if you've handled them a lot, it's never a bad idea to go through and just clean the bead really quick on them. In case you have any oil on them, stuff like that, you spilled shock oil on them, your fingerprints are in them, stuff like that. If you want to get really serious about it, take a Dremel tool and scuff up the surface inside here, and that'll give the glue something a little bit better to stick to. All right, so now we have that. What we're going to do is put these on. Make sure you put the air holes on the inside. Now just picking it up and kind of making sure it pops into place here. Make sure both sides, see, I can see it's out here. Push it in. So make sure the tire is well seated. You can see it's well seated on that side there and that side there. You want to make sure it's that way for all of them. Again, putting this tire on. The air holes we punched in it are on the inside of the rim. Now, I'm not a big fan of using tire bands or anything like that, especially on 10 scale tires. On some 8 scale tires, some truggy tires, especially 8 scale truggy especially, I recommend using them. But they fit the rim so well now, I don't usually use them. I'll put the rear on here. Looks pretty good. My holes are on the inside here. Okay, I'm just going to use my thumb and pull out and up to get them seated into the groove. And they look really good. You can see they're seated all the way around on it on both sides. You can't see any gaps or anything like that. Last check, I want to make sure that they're pointed both the same way, outside, outside. So get them in the right direction. If one's like this, you have them mounted wrong. You'll make sure with these directional tires, you get them mounted the correct way. If not, you gotta go buy another set of tires and glue up another set. All right, next up, we'll need some glue like this here. And we'll need some straw material. I like using this small straw material. It's available here at MHOR Raceway. They cut off about 1 inch. You don't need this whole thing. Just a small inch of it, just like that. Depending on your glue bottle, you might need to use like a push pin. Try and fit this in there. If it doesn't quite fit, a push pin in the end. Pull it out, and this will fit in a little bit easier. Just like that there. You turn it upside down. If I squeeze it, you'll see glue will kind of bead out of the end here in a second. There it is. So that's exactly what you want. All right, so I'm going to put this right here so you can see. And what I'm going to do is I've glued in this my right hand and here. So this is just like you're going to do it. I'm just going to peel this back just a little bit like that. And you have to peel it back to where you can see the inner bead. See, I can see the inner bead here. I just want to peel it back enough to where this straw will get in here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of glue out, and we're going to just put glue there, close it, rotate, open it back up again. Just like that there. We're just going to keep going around on it so we get all the way around to where we started at. Doesn't take a lot of glue. And it takes a little while to get used to it. I usually like using my stomach to hold the tire. So holding it out here like this is a little bit different. You'll keep working your way around. there. And you can see I have a little bit of glue there, so that's where I started at. That's where I stopped. Now let's just set that down. We'll get another tire. Same thing. Just going to peel it back a little bit. Glue right in there. Just keep rotating around. You see I'm just getting a little bit of glue on the outside, but nothing major when it closes back up. When you close this and you get a bunch of glue on the outside, then you're getting a little too heavy with the glue. You can see where I started at right there. Close it down. And there's two sets right there. We're going to start with the front. Same thing. I usually try to do all the top side first, and then we do the back side second, just so you know where you're at. Because if you do half back, half forward, you don't know where you started at. Then you go on the track, and you'll end up blowing the tires off the rims because you forgot to glue one side. I just want to pull it out far enough to get this straw in there. If you pull it out too far, you risk doing something like this to where it's not in the groove. So you just want to pull it out far enough just to be able to get the straw in. That's all you're doing. There we go, and I'm back to start. And you can see it's already starting to glue. I can't really peel this off as easy. All right, got one more tire here to glue. Just peel it back just a little bit. Glue right in there. Close it. Peel it back. Glue. Close. Peel it back. Glue. Close. There we go. Just like that there. There we go. There's where I started at. We're good to go. All right, we're going to let these sit for a little bit, and we'll come back here in just a second and do the other side. Okay, so we've let these sit for a while. These are about 5 minutes in. And when I pull them back, let me get the other side here. All right, so when I come to the back side here, you try and pull them off, and they stay pretty well. A couple areas are still not quite completely glued, but you can pull them, and they stay in pretty well. One thing you can do if you grab, after the glue has dried, if you want to hold them a little bit better, if you take it and you're real careful with this, you can actually take it and put a bead of glue around this edge. It just kind of seals it all and gives you another layer to help hold it glued on, stuff like this. So we'll do these. This is not necessary. This is just an added bonus here, or added step. But it takes a little bit. When you're brand new with it, I don't recommend doing this because it takes a lot of effort to get good with the glue, but we'll glue it around there just like that. You can kind of see the shine of it. But that's glued all the way around, just kind of glues that edge a little bit better, prevent it from peeling off. So I'll do these real quick. Not that's really necessary. My glue jobs usually hold pretty good. But even me, I get a glue job, probably 1 out of 50 pairs of tires I glue that just doesn't want to glue. It could be me just being in a hurry to glue stuff. I don't get the tires cleaned well enough. There's something on the rim I didn't see, some oil or something like that, that's causing it not to stick. So even the professionals have tires that come apart every now and then. I usually only glue this bead on tires that I really need guarantee that they're not going to fall off. So like big events, stuff like that. When I go out of town, spec tires or anything like that, that I really want to take my time with, I will do this with them. Club racing, I usually don't do this. You can also take a thin glue if you want. And be real careful with it if you take and drip thin glue here and then rotate the tire around so you get to fall around this. You can do that as well. But you have to be really expert with thin glue so it doesn't get all over your hands and worse yet, get all over the tires. All right, we'll let that sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we will work on the backside. Okay, so these sides are all glued. They're all dry. Been sitting here for about 15 minutes. They're all glued on pretty well. So I'll flip them over and do the other side now. So same thing. We're just going to peel them back just a little bit like this and put some glue in here. Just like that, and work your way around. Now, if you want to use rubber bands to hold these in place better, you can. I just think they sit in the rim very well, so it's not necessary. There we go. Here again. Peel back. Just like that there. Keep going. Yeah, all glued around just like that. I have the rears done. Open the front. Same thing. Peel it back a little bit. Big enough just for the straw to get in. Oops. Just like that there. Back around again. One last tire to go. Of course, I dropped the tire because I usually put this against my stomach when I'm doing it. So that's something to brace myself against. Like that there. Keep going around. And you're back to the start. Okay, there we go. So now you have your tires all glued up, ready to go. Let them sit there for a while, let them all glued in. If you want to, you can also take and do that same bead on the outside. I usually do that outer bead of glue on the outside because when you're going around corners, it's really hard on that outer bead. That's the one that's more likely to peel off. The inner bead's not likely to peel off as quickly. So there we go. Let these sit here for a while, ready to go. So after a little bit of practice, you'll be able to do this just like a pro. On these glue tips, I just recommend taking them out and throwing them out and then put a new one on next time. Whenever you use glue, make sure you squeeze the glue bottle a little bit and then put the top back on, because next time when you open it up, you'll get that glue spitting out at you. Hope that helps you out. Hopefully next time you can glue your tires just like a pro. So until next time, good luck, good racing.